And this is Power Solutions. Like always, we come to you every Monday morning to tell you what is happening in the renewable energy space and all the exciting things you need to know. Yes, every Monday. My name is Wisdom Chapp-Jumbo. Power Solutions is powered by Allon, Energy Impact Investment Company in partnership with your number one talk station, Nigeria Info. We are back again for another interesting topic. Like I said, we are discussing how young people can start a career in renewable energy. Yes, I've been talking about careers in this space for a while now, and that is intentional because I notice we have to help people get into this sector. We have to help people learn what is happening here. How can you pivot? How can you start a career here? What is happening that you can be part of is why I've been doing this, and we have been doing this on this show just to help you. And I hope you've been learning something, and I hope you've been capturing what can be useful to you. All right, today is that Monday again where we learn something new about how you can pivot to this career, to this sector and start a career. I have amazing guests here who are currently doing this, who are on this, and you can learn from them all you need to know. Yes. Now, I always say this again too. Nigeria is said to be one of the fastest growing markets for solar. That has not changed at all. The country's off-grid market for mini grids and solar home system is estimated to yield about 10 billion annually in revenue and savings. I mean, it's a lot of money, a lot of work, but who does the work? Okay. All right. My guests today on the show are two fine gentlemen. It's great to connect with them. Oluwatimilehin Adegbola. Yes, he's a junior engineer at Renewable Energy, and Stanley Obianke. These names. I have to be a true Nigerian. All right. He's junior engineer at Aspire Power. All right, gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Yes. When I heard I was speaking to two fine gentlemen and coming to meet you guys, no doubt at all. How's it been?
Oh, thank God, it's been great. It's been a wonderful journey so far.
Nice. All right. Let's learn more about you. Tell us about your professional journey. How did this start for you? And take us through that. I'll start with you. Timilehin, how did this start for you? How did you get here?
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Adegbola Oluwatimilehin Joshua. Okay, I bagged my degree in college education at the College Education. Okay, for me, my journey in the solar industry, actually started after my NYSC. During the period of my NYSC, I was having a retrospect about myself, my person, what I want to achieve, what I want to do, what I want to become, who I am, all things like that, putting into consideration, looking at the kind of country we are in, what do I see myself in the future in. So, and after taking a deep thought about it, I saw that actually I really should go into renewable energy, regardless of my background. So for me, I just feel like, okay, fine, the best thing I need to do right now is to do a career path change. And so that's where I started. So then I went to start some little training. Okay. I also engaged in some online courses, actually personally, on Coursera, LinkedIn, other websites like that, just to make sure I'm actually up to speed. And then after a while, basically, I also came in contact with ETC. Why soften the net during that period of time.
You just mentioned ETC? What is ETC?
ETC is Energy Talent Complaint.
All right, let me come to Stanley. Stanley, what about you? How did this start for you?
Oh wow. Well, it all started after my service year. So, yeah, it started after my service year. So, right after my service year, I was like, okay, what next for me? I'll be entering into the job space, and one thing that has to do with searching for job requires your experience. You need to gather some experience. But in the process, what was so important to me was that I was always seeking out information. Okay, I was always an information seeker, so I was always surfing the net, trying to get some reasonable thing that I feel like, okay, this would be right for me. Prior then, I was always leaning towards engineering, but I wasn't so specific about what aspect of engineering I would want to go into. But before then, I've been hearing about renewable energy. So I felt okay. When I was still going through the going surfing on net, and then I came across ETC, and I checked it, and they were saying something about application for solar engineering stuffs and all that, and it's related to what I've been hearing about renewable energy. I said, well, this is fine. I applied, and luckily for me, I was taken in, and then I went through a series of courses, and we moved from the foundational level. After that, we did some assessments, and then we moved straight up to the professional level, that is specialization stage. And then we were inducted, and then we were giving placement to solar companies around in Lagos.
Okay. All right. So we'll talk about all of that journey. And Lagos, if you're listening, you want to call into the studio while we go on with this conversation, you can do so 0700 993 993 993. So we can also participate in this conversation. But now, Timile, how was life after NYSC like? And I know a lot of this stuff you don't learn in school, renewable energy, all of that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but now your expectations after school, what was it like? And why that thing that made you now say, okay, maybe I should really go into renewables?
Okay, so for me, life after school, one of the things I thought about when I was having a retrospect about my person, about my life, about what I want to accomplish, about the future, is that what can I actually do that will be sustainable for the future? Because actually the world is changing, things are happening, some works are becoming obsolete. There are some of the jobs that we have right now that in 20 years, 30 years, we won't have it again, which means you become jobless. There is no impact you've made. Everything can just be done by something else. So basically, those are one of those things that drove me into learning, actually. So since I already I asked for advice, and someone taught me about some things I could do to make my career path change possible. Right? I knew that, okay, fine, what I needed to do is train. After training, do a couple, again, experience. So because by doing that, I can venture into the industry, not just to just the solar installation, like how people think it, like you just want to do solar installation, but because actually solar industry is way beyond that. So for me to go into the mainstream, I have to do more. So that's just why how I processed.
All right. Interestingly, both of you applied to Energy Talent Company.
Yes.
I know the company, and we've had conversations on this program, and I see how they have been recruiting talents. And bringing talents together for the future of this sector. But how did you first hear about ETC, Stanley? And when you saw that, what led you to apply?
Okay, first of all, I've always been particular about the future. I've been very optimistic about the future, and based on that, I felt okay. I needed something that could sustain me. Okay. Like in the next 10, 20 years, my impact, I was more concerned about what can I give. You understand? But all I needed was a platform, you understand, to kickstart. All I needed was a platform to kickstart. So when I came across ETC online, I felt, okay, wow, this is actually nice. It's more like a trainee program. They take you in, they train you, then you go through some processes. So I felt, okay, I could dive right into this, and that was it.
You want to talk about the processes? What were the processes they put you through?
Okay, first of all, we are shortlisted. Okay. Take us in. We started with the foundational course. Okay. So right after the foundational course, we did some assessment. So that assessment was like a screening stage for the next aspect of the course. So when we were done with this the screening stage, I passed through the screening stage, and then we moved into the specialization course. Okay. So the specialization course was now giving us more insight into the industry. Okay. And at that point, I saw that nexus, that bridge between what I've learned in school, the theoretical aspect of what I've learned in school. I saw that connectivity into what, and in fact, it was so directly related to what the course is actually. So that was it.
What did you learn again in school?
Pure and applied physics.
Pure and applied physics. Oh, interesting. Okay, if you're just joining us in this conversation, this is Power Solutions. your number one talk to stations on learning everything you need to know about energy and what is happening in the sector. My name is Wisdom, and we've been talking to two amazing gentlemen, Stanley and Timilehin, who are junior engineers, and they've been working in this space for a while. Now, Timilehin, I want to ask you, now, what did you now learn at ETC when you now applied? ETC, for those who don't know, is Energy Talent Company, but what did you learn, and what do you do currently?
Okay. What I learned in ETC, basically, apart from the trainings we had, I was also placed in a solar company, where I work right now, which is Renewable Energy, which has been a very great firm. It has been helping me to grow professionally. Now, one of the things I do, in conjunction with lead engineer, we design sites, solar systems. We analyze data. We source for data for sites. We commission sites basically. So we install PV systems. We troubleshoot systems. Majorly, almost everything that is involved in the space is one of the things I've been into, really, using all sorts of apps, we use all sorts of apps, solar systems apps to design our systems. So basically, that's what I've been doing.
And all of this you didn't know before you joined ETC?
Yeah, obviously I didn't know. Even few days ago, I was in Benin working actually on a site. So it's been great, and it was only me. So just to know that.
Only you go into the field?
Yeah, actually, there was an issue at the site, so I just went there to resolve the issue alone, and it's actually quite a big site. It's over 100 kilowatts peak.
Wow, nice. Stanley, is that the same experience you've had?
Quite similar, but not.
Tell us about yours.
A bit, yeah. Mine. Let me even start with what I learned in the ETC training program.
Okay.
Briefly, the foundations we're talking about basically solar and sun, solar panels, every other component that has to do with the conversion of solar energy. I mean, that has to do with the conversion of energy from the sun to the...
Hold on, Stanley. We have a call coming in. So let's take this call and know who is calling us. Hello, good morning. This is Power Solutions. Hello, can you hear us? Okay, we can hear this person. Continue, Stanley.
Okay, so right after the foundational aspect, we moved into the specialization. The specialization has to do with the calculations you make based on, let's say you want to power a particular environment. You have to take into consideration what the customer need is. You get, so you, based on what the information that the customer give you, will determine how you size your system, how you plan your system for their energy usage. So it's also one of the things I learned.
Interesting. If you want to join us, Lagos, the number to call is 0700 993 993 993. Stanley, so I want to ask now, going to the field and working, what would be your assessment of the awareness of Nigerians when it comes to the understanding of solar? Now that you're working in the space, how would you describe it? What's your assessment?
I would say my assessment so far from what I've seen is what the awareness level is still on an average. Some guys are very aware, some don't.
Okay.
So the thing is, we just need to push more of this narrative to be able to kind of, because whatever people don't know about, they don't even want to. Once people are not aware of something, they don't develop interest in it.
Okay.
Yes.
We have a caller. Let's take this caller. Let's talk to Lagos. Hello, good morning, Power Solutions.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Can you hear us?
This is Nigerian Info.
Yes, Nigeria Info, Power Solutions.
Okay, so I was actually about stepping out of the house to go and look for a solution for my. I just installed a solar panel in my house.
Okay.
And this Sunday, and I think after like a week, I was enjoying it for the first 1 week. Then after a week, like there was not much of sun around here, and then it just blinking. And then as in summer, like I'm a freelancer, so like I'm not able to power the house. I don't know whether there are wrong calculations in the whole stuff, like the inverter and everything. Okay. And it doesn't charge with NEPA light. So please, what can I do about that? I'll listen from the radio.
All right, thank you so much, Sunday. Timilehin, you want to take that? What could be possibly wrong?
A lot of things.
All right, tell us about it.
A lot of things could be wrong about it. It could actually be wrong calculations in the first place. I didn't take into consideration the fact that there could be shading.
Okay,
Or
shading.
clouding.
What is shading?
Shading in terms of, okay, let's talk about the panels, right? There could be trees that are covering it from the sun from reaching the panels.
Okay.
Or also some calculations do not take into play the fact that it is not every day we have the sun actually. So all those things could have actually been factored into the system. Okay. And at the same time, there are also low-grade inverter system.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, low-grade inverter system. There are usually small inverters. Some call it sachet inverter, just to use the common language. Sachet inverter. Okay. Some they are China made actually. They are always very tiny, small. Very small. They don't usually mostly don't charge with electricity, especially they are 1 kVA, 500 kVA. Okay. So they don't. 500 VA. Yeah, they don't charge with electricity. Okay. So most times those inverters actually they tend to develop faults easily. So why sometimes too the problem could also be with the battery. Okay. Because people
complain about batteries a lot, and I like to why is that so? Why is there an issue around batteries?
Well, the issue around batteries is people love cheap things. Let me first put that way. Okay. A lot of people actually just want to get battery. They don't want to know if it is actually quality or not.
Okay. So, we have another caller. Let's know who this is.
Okay.
Yes. Hello. Good morning. Power Solutions. Talk to me. Okay, that person dropped off. Okay, go on. Let me help. Drop your thoughts.
Okay. So a lot of people just want to get a battery. They don't want to know who made it, what is it for, what capacity is it. Just like this battery, fine. So I've seen someone when I used to work with a company. When I was doing my training, the person wanted to actually power his whole house, like a 2-bedroom flat, and wants to use like 300 amps battery. That battery, I said 330 amps battery. Like that battery is like quite small, really small, like really small. So basically, considering the things the person wants to power, the battery can't support it. So on the long run, the battery is going to get damaged easily. Even if it is bigger batteries, and the load is.
We have a caller. Let's speak to this person. Hello, good morning, Power Solutions. Talk to me.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Your name, please, and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Engineer Remy Johnson.
Okay.
I work on industrial plants such as industrial generators, such as mechanical, cat, and the rest.
All right.
So though I'm not a graduate actually. Okay. I would love to participate. Even.
Hello, you there?
In this talent company. So how will I go about it if I really want to do it? How will I go about it?
All right, stay on the show and we'll talk about it in a few minutes so you can learn how you can be part of that. Please, next caller. Hello, good morning. Power Solutions.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Power Solutions, talk to me. Your name, where you're calling from? Yeah, hello, can you hear us?
Good morning, yes, I'm here.
All right, your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, my name is Mr. Edsim. I'm calling from Ibejuleki.
All right, talk to me.
Yes, just to add to what your presenter is saying, from the caller before the last one, what could make the battery not to charge well? We have 2 types of controllers. We have the MPPT and the PWM.
Yeah.
So the MPPT charges more even when the weather is dull, or like the shading that he mentioned.
Okay.
So if there is shading, the MPPT will compensate. But if they are using a PWM, a kind of charge controller, once the weather goes down, it will affect the charging power of the solar panels. So the panels could be okay, the battery could be quite okay, because the weather is bad. Your controller would not be able to optimize the charging
All right,
for the person.
Thank you very much for that contribution. Timile, I think it's adding to what you have said.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree with that, because the MPPT charge controller is actually is more systematic than the PWM.
Okay.
It brings about it takes it's called maximum point tracking.
Okay.
Power tracking.
Okay.
So what it does is that it takes it captures energy from its highest peak. Yeah, and it allows the system to be able to send it to the battery to be able to charge with it.
All right, Stanley, we're running out of time, but I want to ask you now. You are now in this sector and you work actively here. And do you see a future? I mean, one cannot start a career where you probably will not see a future in it. So now, with all the work you guys are doing, junior engineers and all of that, do you see a future in this sector? Renewables, I mean.
Definitely, I see a future in this. Career-wise, there is solar engineering. There is a customer. You can work as a customer representative.
Yeah.
As an HR. Even as a technician.
Yeah.
As a technician. The technicians, those are in charge of repairs of inverters, some other kind of system. Now, because the world is actually calling for this green energy. There's this talk about transitioning from non-renewable to renewable means of power.
Yeah.
You get it now. So in the next 20-30 years, we don't want to be left out. So we don't actually want to be left out. There's solar, there's true wind, there's biogas, some other means. You get it now. Just for the sake of sustainability, for the sake of affordability, and for the sake of reliability. So there's actually a future, a big future in this renewable energy space.
All right, Lagos. I've been talking to two fine gentlemen. They are junior engineers. Oluwatimilehin Adegbola. He's a junior engineer at Pirano Energy, and Stanley Obianke. He's a junior engineer at Aspire Power. Both of them never knew anything about renewables or solar a while back, but they chose a career in this sector, and they applied to Energy Talent Company that has transformed and built their knowledge, and all the expert things they are saying now, they have learned within this short period of time. And today they are junior engineers doing marvelously well in the companies they work for, and great contribution. So you too can be part of what is happening in this sector and come and join people like them to do more. If you want to learn more about Energy Talent Company, you can just type on Google Energy Talent Company, and I'm sure you get all the information you need. Or find them on social media channels, Instagram and LinkedIn, everywhere. Energy Talent Company. Send a DM now and let your career start. I want to see more young people, like Timilehin and Stanley in the studio here, do amazing work in the sector, and I'm excited what is going to happen. All right, this is Power Solutions. Power Solutions is powered by Energy Impact Investment Company, All On, and in partnership with your number one talk stations, Nigeria Info. And we do this every Monday at 11:30. Do well to join us. Learn something new. What is happening in this space? How can you be part of the journey? How can you do more, and help the country go green? You should do that. Follow All On social media platforms. We have exciting things coming for you guys very soon. Very, very, very soon. You can find us on Instagram at All On Energy. Go and follow us and across all social media platforms, All On Energy, Twitter, and on LinkedIn, All On. Learn more. What are we doing in this sector, and how can you be part of it? Amazing impact stories you can also learn from our website. If you go now, www.all-on.com, and read on the impact stories and learn what is happening. I want to see more Timilehin and Stanley, of the future come out of hearing what we do in this sector from Power Solutions here. All right, gentlemen, it's been fun chatting with you. We can keep going at this, and I'm sure there will be more calls to ask you more technical stuff. But in 1 minute before I round up, because we have to go, what would you say to undergraduates? And I'll ask you both this question. You have 1 minute, 30 seconds rather. What will you tell to undergraduates who are in school now about the future for them and then this sector, renewable energy? 30 seconds.
Okay. Thank you so much. What I'm going to say to the undergraduates is that whatever you want to do, don't do it because of now. Do it because of the future. And renewable energy is one of those things that is the future all over. Check the SDG 7. It actually talks about the sustainable and renewable energy.
Go 7, actually.
Yeah, go 7. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, Stanley.
Yeah, what I would say to every undergraduate out there is that before the end of the undergraduate program, they should look out for informations seek information that are tailored to their future. More importantly, so that when they get there, it won't be so like they won't be so easily caught up like what's and all that. So that's my take on that.
All right, like I said before, if you want to be part of what Energy Talent Company is doing, you can just Google right now. Go to your web browser, type it Energy Talent Company on Google, and it will lead you to anywhere. On Instagram, Energy Talent Company, you can find them, send them a DM, and start your own career. I would like to meet most of you in the nearest future. They're like, hey, Wisdom, I heard it when you said on Power Solutions, and today I'm a solar engineer and I've installed solar systems across the country. That would be exciting for me. All right, until next week. We come again. My name is Wisdom Chapp-Jumbo, and this is Power Solutions. Power Solutions is powered by energy investment company Orlon in partnership with your number one talk stations, Nigeria Info. We do this every Monday at 11:30. Do well to join us. And as always, I'd like to hear from you and your thoughts. Until next week, we come again. See ya.